Tips for today. What I'm learning about multimedia. One of the things I'm learning about multimedia is about the redundancy principle by Meyer. One of the things about the redundancy principle is that if there are too many words plus pictures and narration, it can distract or overload the mind and distract from the learning. And so one of the principles for multimedia design is that if you have narration, have words with mostly just a label or so, instead of lots of definitions or words on the page. Focus on the image and the narration. Now, a new study put out said, though that many people do prefer text on the screen, so to speak, of a slide, that it's actually better to have very limited words or labels along with those pictures in the most recent study. So can't be afraid to have words, a clear label, or one or two words on a slide or on multimedia design is fine. It doesn't just have to be images to avoid the redundancy principle, but it's important to remember that too much text on a slide plus narration can detract. Spatial contiguity principle, words and pictures near each other are better than separate. In fact, they did a study in eye movement about how when they're integrated, the words, the pictures, the learner kind of integrated their understanding of it, but when they were separate, they focused on it separately, and they didn't integrate how the images or the pictures supported the learning or the text or the reading. So really important that when you're designing multimedia, that you put the text with the pictures integrated into the learner, the platform that you're using, so that the learner can understand it better. If not, it'll just be in isolation and they don't make those connections and those bridges between the visuals and the text. Okay, what am I doing in my class? How's this impacting me? Well, one of the things that I want to do is, maybe even from one of the videos that I posted, there are too many words on my slides. And so one of the things we talked about for in-class use, when there's narration, when I'm talking about things, taking those words off, taking those definitions off the slides, talking about it. But then for reviewing at home or for previewing the lesson, leaving the text on there, but it's just text and images, and having them read through those. But when I'm narrating, when I'm discussing, less text on my slides. So that'll be something that I'll be reworking through some of my presentations throughout this year, and then going back for the beginning of the year for next year and changing those slides. One of the things I'm learning about in-class from the in-class video is a little bit about some of the programs we're going to be using, Nearpod and Zaption. I'm really excited about Zaption. Being able to take a lesson, a video, off of YouTube, off of some of these other websites, I'm thinking TED Ed maybe, and going ahead and adding an interactive element. Because as we know, when we're watching a video for too long, it gets to the point where we're not focusing anymore. So I'm excited about using Zaption. I'm excited about Nearpod and learning more about how to use those with multimedia, along with the new principles that I'm learning about multimedia. Thanks so much.